Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth. It says Hey. Today, let us discuss healing your past. You have often heard it said that your past is gone and your future has not come. All you have is your moment. Oh, well, there's some sense of truth there, but let me tell you one thing. In as much as the past is gone in terms of linear possibilities, it is really not gone because it is on your inside. Whatever is inside of you as a living entity cannot be gone. It is not dead. So what do you do with your past? Because it is that past that has been generating the life experience that you are having. A beautiful past will generate a beautiful present. And that beautiful present will generate a beautiful future. But you see, a lot of us are living a shabby present because our past is dirty. Our past is wounded. So how do we get out of it? The step is to heal that past. In healing that past, we are healing an aspect of us that has been battered. Now, what is the first step? Number one, accept that your past is what it is. Don't try to imagine if it were not so. Don't try to unhappen what has happened. Don't try to undo what has been done. Accept that they have happened and they are real, and bless the circumstances. Bless the people in it. And then do one thing, and that is speak to the effect that you are the cause of that past. Now, I want you to get a journal, get a biro for this event because it's going to be explosive. The first step is this: my past is of my making, just as my present is my creation. Thank you. I accept all that has happened and I take responsibility for them all. Now, I recall every power of mine, every energy of mine that has been dispersed out there. I call them from the people I have invested them in. I call them from the event that I have invested them in. I call them from the date. I call them from the circumstances. I call them from every corner of existence where I have dispersed them, and I pull them to my center right now. I am willing to make that change using all of my resources, all of my power. As the powers are coming into me, I charge my universe. I charge my private space with healing virtues, with cleansing powers. And as these powers are returning to me, I make them native. I make them friendly. I make them useful, malleable to my new regime. My powers serve me, and they should serve me for the rest of my life. Thank you. Now that you have gathered your powers onto yourself, you have taken them from the people that you've been blaming, you've taken them from the circumstances you've been holding responsible, you've taken them from the government, you've taken them from the society, from the culture, and all the things. It is now time to use that power. Now, you remember that you charge your universe with cleansing power so that when these powers are coming in, they are cleansed of all negativities and all forms of antagonisms. Now, you have healed your power. You have now conditioned your powers now to serve you. Now, it's time to take the first real step of the game. Are you ready to take this step? Well, stick around, because we are going to take a short break now. When we come back, we will continue from there. I am Osaizwa Anthony Elemehe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the dream. You're welcome back. Number one step, get off the injury train. Now, how do you get off the injury train? Stop talking about the events. Stop holding grudges against anybody that is responsible for your injuries. Stop admitting the thoughts of the injury. Stop dwelling on the thought. Stop accommodating the feelings. Stop the emotions. Right now, it's time to let go. Release yourself. Tell yourself this: every single thought that I have carried from my past injuries, from my past fears, from my past beliefs that are no longer serving me today, the feelings, and of course, the emotions, the habits, the attitude that came from that past, I release them and I release them to go. I chart a new course for my life. With the new energy that I have now harnessed, I create a new way of life. I create a new identity for myself. Now, talking about identity creation, my friend, we move on to the next level, which is tearing down the mask. If you shut your mind now and look at the image that you have admitted of yourself since that injury, you will realize that it is not the same image that you had prior to the injury. Injuries have a way of giving us a new image, a new identity. We begin to see life from the prisms, from the lenses of our injuries. And when we see that, what we see is a distorted image. It starts with the image of ourselves. We are no longer comfortable with your mirror expressions. You're no longer comfortable with the sense, the idea of you. To the extent that if anybody looks like you in your family or amongst people out there in the world, even a slight remembrance with you, you see them as powerless. You see them as people that you don't want to associate with. Bullseye. A lot of people are ashamed to associate with their culture. They are ashamed to associate with the names they were given. They are ashamed to associate with their parents because all of these things remind them of their own decimation, of their own budging, of their own reduction. If you cannot admit that which is associated with you, it means that you have lost your power and you have given it to that which you think is much more powerful than you and you want to associate with. And you can never meet such things because you will always remain slaves of those entities or of those beings. There are Africans who are not proud to be Africans. All they do is try to be Europeans. They try to be Americans. They try to be Indians. They try to associate with other cultures on the basis of their injury because they felt that they have been wounded and therefore they want to move away from their injury. You can't move away from your injury because it follows you everywhere. Every expression that you make is an expression of your injury. You need to heal. This is the moment to heal. Now, that image of yourself that you are not so proud of, that is responsible for your thought, that is responsible for your self-image, you need to tear it down because it is a dramatis persona that has been created for the negative aspect of the drama of your life. It is not you. You are not destructible. You are not conquerable. You are eternal. You are powerful. You are beautiful. Now tell yourself, I am a being of power. I am immeasurably beautiful. I am perpetually progressive. Goodness and purity and positivity are my nature. I am blessed beyond imagination. I am whole. I am hearty. I am wealthy and I am worthy. Now, in doing this, I am, remember that you must attach that I am to the name you were given at birth. Not the fake names you've given to yourself. Return to your birth names. As long as those names that are given to you do not in their own terms reduce you. All right? If it is a name that is innocuous, take it and use that as a basis. Don't give yourself the wrong name. But if you've changed your name because the name you had before was negative, because of their attachment to certain negativity, fine. The new name you've got, now use that and say, this is who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am above all injuries. I heal as I am hurt. I heal at great speed. I am capable of living above my injury. And from this moment on, I choose to live beyond and above my injury. I bounce back better because that is my capability. I am worthy of the life that I have chosen to live. And that life is a beautiful, beautiful life. A life of resourcefulness, a life of power, a life of bliss, a life of understanding, a life of wisdom, a life of integrity. Now, I want you to understand that in tearing down this mask, this negative image of yourself, you have to understand that it comes with some feelings. Now, all those feelings that you have associated with, you need now to detach from them. How do you detach from the feeling? You know that a feeling cannot be cancelled except you cancel the thought behind that feeling. And a thought cannot be cancelled except you cancel the belief behind the thoughts. And to cancel a belief, you have to create a counter belief against it. So what have you believed in your life? For example, before now you believed that people can hurt you, people can harm you, that people can derail your life. Now you need to amend that and say, I am the champion of my cause. Whatever I focus on achieving, I succeed at it. I am the most powerful force in my life. My laws operate and rule supreme in my world. My laws neutralize all external laws that purport to be present in my life. I am supreme in my universe, and I have attached my universe to the supreme, to the inviolable, to the eternal. You see, it is a step-by-step process. When you have done that, you understand that the life that you feel is the life that you live. You have to make sure that you don't allow that feeling to have its way in your life again. In tearing down the mask, you understand that it is a drama you have been involved in. That's the first thing. Okay? That drama involved people who hurt you. And these people, you have to rethink them. You've already said that they could hurt you. Now you have changed the law and said they cannot. Nobody can hurt you. You are above injury. That's good. And that you also have made it clear that you heal faster than ever. That is fantastic. The next step is to say that nobody that has ever hurt you exists. That even the injuries that you had that is giving you that grimace, you have an injury, those kind of feelings that are coming from injury, understand that that injury does not exist. Why? Because the people and the circumstances that brought about the injury are non-existent. You believe that they are existing, that is why they existed. You have come to understand that those things that happened to you did not happen. They were in the dream world. Now this is it. It is quite counterproductive to say that Jonathan, Andrew, Michael, Isidore, all of these people that injured you did not exist. Yes, they exist. You can see them physically, but that is not they. It is not the real they. Those people, this is how you rethink them now. These people are innately beautiful. They are innately loving. They are not capable of injuring anybody. If they injured anybody, it is because they are all part of the nightmare experience. They are all characters in the nightmare drama. And you were able to be hurt by them because you went with them into the world of dream, into the nightmare world. Hence, they were able to affect you. Now, it is time to understand that they don't exist the way you think they existed. Now, you have to do what Christ said. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. These people are not real. They are all figments of the universal imagination. And you have plugged into that negative universal imagination and they are affecting you accordingly. Your duty now is to pull out of that level and begin to rethink people. Think them the way Christ taught us to think them. They are a beauty like you are until we begin to see them as ugliness, as we begin to think ourselves as ugliness too. Now, to understand that they cannot hurt me is the strongest part of your life. One, because it affirms your power and your invincibility. And two, it affirms the beauty and the purity of the others. You see, what you wish for yourself, you wish for others. Rethink them, reconstruct these people in your mind. Because if you keep having that negative image of them as your injurers, as bad people, you keep thinking of them that way. And if you think of them that way, you will feel about them that way, and you perpetuate the injury. To end the cycle is what we are interested in, the cycle of hurt, the cycle of injury. Therefore, you have to rethink these people in line with their original nature. Because a real human being cannot hurt another. If they are hurting you, it is because you have created the circumstances under which they can hurt you by plugging into the negative side of the universal matrix. All things are beautiful. All human beings are beautiful until thinking makes them otherwise. And how does thinking work that way? By us plugging into the negative side of the universal matrix. When we plug into the side of life which says injury is common, that people can offend us, then we begin to suffer those kind of things. By thinking, we construct our lives. And the thinking comes from the belief that states that our lives are subject to manipulation and control by external forces. I want you, like we have said from the beginning, to take that power from anybody. Nobody has that power. Nobody has that control over you. People can misbehave, but you don't take them inside. Right? That is what we are talking about. So rethink people, reconstruct your understanding about them, and that will give you the power to move beyond all their actions. In fact, Those who injured you, they don't exist in your mentality. They may have the body of the persons that injured you before. They may speak with the same voice. They may do the same things. They may live in the same environment. They may still carry the same injury thought about you. But when you look at them, you see a different entity entirely. The way Christ saw those who were hurting him from the position of pain. All of these actions that you suffered, they were not in the real world. They were in the negative side of the matrix, which is the dream. Like the mystics say, that a vast majority, a heartbreaking majority of humanity, they are in deep sleep, dreaming that they are wide awake. Now, it is one thing to be sleeping and have a beautiful night's dream, which is okay. Those who are rich, those who are healthy, those who are beautiful, who are parading over the place, they are getting the beautiful side of life, and things seem to be working for them beautifully. Those ones are having a beautiful night dream. For them, they are having fun in the dream. But you see, this dream world today can be full of beautiful things. We see ourselves flying, swimming in this ocean of bliss, having, fun in a garden of flowers, and enjoying the best that life can give. The next moment, we are in a nightmare where soldiers are chasing us, animals are chasing us, beasts are chasing us, some monstrosities are chasing us. We keep running, and our legs are not able to run properly, and the things are almost gobbling us, and we are pummeled, broken, beaten into the dust. It happens. It's all about what side of the matrix we have found ourselves in the world of dream. But I'm saying to you that in that dream world, you hardly have control of what is going to happen, because things will happen according to the environment you find yourself. And how do you find yourself in an environment in the matrix? It is circumstances around that will drag you into that environment. We are therefore now saying to you, wake up from the sleep. And how do you wake up from the sleep? Don't allow thought to take you away. Thoughts is the great sleeping pill that we all take. Until we are engrossed in thought, we are wide awake. Thoughts is what takes us away. And how do you know you are in thought? When you start feeling your past coming back to you, when you start feeling negative emotions, when you start feeling pains, when you start feeling anger, then you know that you have gone into the world of thoughts and you are now sleeping again. All right? And you need to wake up. All right? The idea is wake up from the sleep and stay awake all the time. When you have a feeling, you know that a very fast thought has got the better of you. Therefore, you have gone into the sleep world again. Now, the truth is this. The space between the sleep world and the waking world is so infinitesimal. Now, you can actually move your head from left to right and you are in the sleep world. And you move your head from your right to left again, you are in the waking world. It is a case of being perpetually aware. Like the wise say, they said the price for liberty is perpetual vigilance. When you start having a feeling that you're not comfortable with, you're feeling bad about somebody, you're feeling envious, you are feeling ashamed, you are feeling pains, all of these things, just understand that you have entered the dream world. You have to wake up now. It's not only negative feelings, you can also have some positive feelings where you are just happy because somebody is going to, the prospect of getting certain things make you happy. Oh, that's also a good one. But you see what? That is the good side of the dream. But the truth is this, if you go into the dream world, once you allow yourself into that dream world, the thought that took you into that dream world can become the thought that gives you a nightmare. The thought that takes us to the dream world can become negative tomorrow, because what it represents in the real world always undergoes change. Therefore, we say, don't allow any thoughts take you into a dream world. Stay awake, because when you are awake, you are not conditioned by thought. You are conditioned by your own soul, by your own spirit. And that condition is perpetual and it is a beauty. You are in control of your physical world, of your mental world, and of course, from the spiritual, you are controlled by the source. So stay out of the sleeping world. If you must sleep, then dream positive dreams and be awake when negative things happen. Pull yourself out of the sleep. But we don't recommend you sleep. We recommend that you stay awake. How do you stay awake? That's what we go to next. Number one, be grateful. Gratitude is the key. Whatever you are grateful for, you promote it. That's just it. All right. So this is it. Staying awake is your key to overcoming the nightmares and all their dream sequences. And there are things you need to do to stay awake. One, be alert on thoughts. Make sure that no thought sneaks upon you. If you have a feeling, know that a smart thought has taken advantage of you. Therefore, stay out of thinking. Stay out of thought. Number two, audit your feelings. Whatever feeling you have will determine the life you live, because you live the life you feel. So if you are feeling negative, understand that a negative life is knocking on your door. Don't accept it. The third thing is be grateful. Gratitude beats all negativities. Stay grateful for all that has happened and is happening and will ever happen to you. Have faith and all things are possible. And the next thing is that you must hold regular conferences with yourself. And you do that, one, by affirmations. Two, by journaling. Three, mirror work. When you are making affirmations, you are calling all your resources together. You are pulling all your resources together, your resource of mind, the resource of the body, your senses, you are pulling them into a conference. You are pulling all your metaphors, and of course your soul is in charge of this. You are hyping and you are upping your consciousness at this time. So affirmation is very, very powerful. You do it first thing in the morning. Within the first 5 minutes, you can extend it, but within the first 5 minutes, you must begin it off waking up. The last 5 minutes before you sleep, you also do the same thing. And within the day, as you are moving about your life, you make sure that you do affirmations when you are feeling funny. Remember that when thought sneaks upon you, when a feeling that is not so good announces itself in your life, you know that a negative thought is present. Therefore, you must take it out by going back to affirmation. You affirm against the feeling. If you have the feeling that says that you're not looking good, you're not fine, things are not well with you, say to yourself, I am beautiful, I am wonderful, and all things are well with me. And make sure you mean it. Journaling is another way to hold conference with yourself. Get a pen and paper. Maintain that. Write how you feel. Write the things for which you are grateful. That we affirm, we support your positivity, your gratitude thing. Have a journal where you write all your things there, and then monitor how you are progressing. So you can have a kind of a diary where you write at the end of the day, you write out all the things you experienced during the day, your weaknesses and how you overcame them. If you didn't overcome them, when you write down the weaknesses, don't bludgeon yourself over them. Just write them down, and also write along with that, please say that in this area, I seek improvement. I resolve to be better tomorrow. That is how you improve upon yourself, because the game of self-discovery is a permanent one, it's a perpetual one, and it must be done with utmost seriousness and regularity. Other things that can help you to hold conference with yourself is singing. By singing, you are reminding yourself who you are. Sing the right songs. Then read books. I mean, good books. Books that are from the high energy field. Read them. Positive books. I would say avoid all those negativity books about you know what I mean. Just stay away from books that will not encourage you. Then in your WhatsApp group, in your Facebook group, in your Twitter, all of those things, Instagram thing, stick to groups that promote high energy things, not those ones that appeal to your base propensities. So if you are the kind of person that spend most of your hours or your time on pornography, on thoughts, words that veer towards pornography, or you are focusing your time on looking at people who are rich and you are looking at it from the angle of a poor person, hey man, you are comparing yourself with other people and you are trying to be like other people, my friend, you are not going to have high energy vibes. You are going to be low in your vibration. So choose your groups wisely and choose the friends you have wisely too. You can relate with people, but those who you make your friend, that you bring into your private world, that you can visit, they can visit you, you can chat regularly with them, make phone calls regularly with them. These should be people that have higher vibrational frequencies. Run away from people that try to bind you to some occult things or to bind you to some powerful or spiritualist. Run away from such people. Have friends with people who also have that can-do spirit, who know and believe that the universe is full of benevolent forces, that all that God has created is in your favor, is in your side. not those who sell negative messages to you, who want to tell you how people are bad. Run away from such thoughts and from such people. Then do exercises. It will help your body. It will also help you, because all of these things pack your day filled with activities, so you don't have space to daydream and be carried away by all those negativities. Now that that is done, there are still more challenges that you have to watch out for, because by doing all of these things, you are telling mind that there is a new approach to life that you have chosen, and that mind must go on that journey with you. Mind will resist you at every point in time. If you are stubborn and you keep doing it, mind will not resist you every time. It will target your moment of vulnerability, and at that point it will attack you. For instance, mind might pick a thought like saying you want to be healthy and you have been ill, you have not recovered. Say, if these things are actually working, how come you are still ill? How come you are still where you are right now? Why can't you just get up right now and be well? If you are fighting financial paucity, you want to become successful in career, you want to be rich, and these things are not showing up yet, mind will use that one against you. Look at Osezwa, look at Franklin, look at Jonah, look at Elizabeth. They are all doing great. They don't believe the things you believe. But here you are, you be believing these things, you've been talking about these things, and our family, yet you have not yet made the money. Why are you here? What is the purpose of these things? Now that is a test from life. If you allow that thought to weigh you down and discourage you from continuing, you will crash, and you will crash for long. You might come back again, because you will still come back. You are starting from the scratch as if you never went anywhere before. This race we are talking about, when you run it and you stop, you are not going to continue from where you stopped. You go back to the starting line up again. So the starting line, that's how you're going to start it. That is why it is always not good to give up. Keep pushing. Even when you are out of wind, out of gas, it is better that you die racing than stop and come out, because you will go back to the beginning. It's like when you are meditating. I've not mentioned meditation. I don't see meditation as me having a conference with myself. I see meditation as me going to the threshold of God's palace and standing there until He tells me to come in. Meditation is waiting upon the Lord. Meditation is the ideal way to stay under the shadow of the Almighty. You pray by asking and making all kinds of demands on life. When you come to meditation, you are not making any demands. You are presenting yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. You sit and wait for the Master, wait for the King of Kings to respond to you. You don't make any demand in this context. So meditation is a very powerful tool of overcoming negativity. It's a very powerful tool of waking. In fact, meditation actually wakes you up. You can actually so dwell on affirmation that you will clear your path to meditation to make it easier for you to meditate. And when you are meditating, my brother, my sister, if you should strike the light of your soul inside, the light of the word inside your eyes, you will think that you have been sleeping all your life. Now, this is from very clear personal experience. Your eyes are open and you think you are awake. But when you see that light, even if you just for a flicker of a moment, it will look as if you've been sleeping all along. You will have this awareness that you never imagined existed. So I challenge you to do meditation. If you want to know how to do meditation, check for my videos where I talked about meditation and know how it is done. It is a powerful tool. It is the most salubrious of all. It is the healer. It is the empowerer. It is like going to the workshop after the manufacture of the vehicle has been done. You visit the workshop from time to time for them to do checks, remove what is not good, and they place new parts into it. That's what meditation is all about. Meditation fixes your life 360. So it is a way to stay awake, to get out of the sleep mode. Now, let's come back to where I was. If at the end of the day, mind comes with trials and you are in a state of disillusionment, don't give up. This is the time to pray the neutralist prayer. Now, this is it. In praying the neutralist prayer, let's say if mind will challenge you in the area of health, in the area of wealth, in the areas of getting a job, in the areas of healing your relationship, etc. Now, this is what you are going to do. Don't hold on to that thing, because when you hold on to that thing, you aggravate mind the more. Release that thing and let it go. For if it's about health, now I don't know what you believe in. If you believe in God, you can say Lord God. If you don't believe in God, you throw it out there into space. Just say it. Say it unto yourself. I am right now, this very moment, not sure about anything. I don't know what I know. I don't know anything. But I am aware that life is much more better than this. I am aware that I can be much more better than this. I trust that all the things that I desire to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be worthy are available within me. I may not have access to them, but I know they exist. I know that I can feel better. I know that I can do better. I know that I can sense better. Now, I choose to feel better. I choose to know better. I choose to sense better. I choose all that is required for me to get into my ideal place in life, into my real place in life. I am open to opportunities. I am open to help. I am open to power. I release myself. Now, I intend to be better. I intend to be well. I intend to be strong. I intend to be beautiful. I intend to be wealthy. All that is required for me to attain myself, I am open to it. Now, I choose to see better. I choose to hear better. I choose to smell better. I choose to taste better. I choose to hear better, and I choose to feel better. I know life. I choose life. I welcome life. I live life as powerful, as wise, as beautiful, as capable, as wealthy, healthy, and worthy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I open up to all the resources of life that will put me in this state of being now and ever. Well, with this done, you know that you have set the mode for your life, and you must not veer out of this path. Don't for any reason allow any circumstance that you find yourself in to push you, to shoulder you, to edge you out of it. Because all you need in the game of life is consistency. Be consistent in your affirmations, in your beliefs. That is all. I wish you well. I wish you strength. I wish you focus. Because these are all you need on this journey called life. And it was made for you. And you are that life. God bless you.